Rope, it's great to be back here with you to hear some more of your very fascinating and interesting stories. And today we're going to talk about a different three people. Can you tell me who the three people are and how they're connected to you?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say, yeah, it's great to be back here again, and it's always a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And yeah, the story, there's a George Loft, uh, Yagowia Loft, but Yagowia was her Mohawk name, and then Sa-sa-na. In Sa-sa-na is how you say Susanna. And anyways, yeah, so they were brothers and sisters, and George, he was the oldest. He would have been my, what is it, my great three or four greats grandfather.
So the
Because
father of Frederick
yeah,
Loft.
this Frederick Loft that I'm doing the research, that would have been his dad. And then Sa-sa-na and Jemima, um, they would have been my aunts, like
Yeah,
great
Yeah.
aunts. Yeah. But anyways, they were entertainers, and they had went down to like they were traveling in Ontario, you know, and then they had went to Owego, New York, which is like kind of like their homelands, really, the Iroquois, like the Finger Lake region. When that was done, they were scheduled to go to Deposit, which was about 50 miles east of Owego.
So
So
another town in New York.
yeah, so they were scheduled to go there. Everything was going fine and everything, and then they boarded on another train. The only seat that was available was at the back of the last boxcar. So that's where Sa-sa-na and Yagowia, they sat there, and then so they sat there, and then their brother George, he's the one that went into the station to purchase the tickets. Another train on the same set of tracks was coming um, from a hill, like a hillside. It was on in, and anyways, it was uncontrollable, and it had slammed into where Sa-sa-na and Yagowia were sitting. They had managed to jump up onto the platform of the train station,
Right.
and then but it was some like, since it was like a impact, like a thunderous impact, Sa-sa-na slipped, and she ended up getting crushed, and then Yagowia, she survived. When they brought Sa-sa-na's remains back, they used Avery's house to for her wake, and then the next day, that's when they took her to St. Paul's Church for a public viewing, and then and it was said that there was so many, they never seen so many people at one time, like to pay the respects of Sa-sa-na. So when springtime did come, through letters uh, between Avery and George, it was decided that Avery suggested that to bury her there in Owego, like kind of like in honor for her, for her going there and doing a show, and then suddenly like a memorial. So then She was buried at the well, at the time it was the newly established cemetery called the Evergreen Cemetery, and she was placed at the highest point, or buried at the highest point. So, and at that point, when you go and visit her monument, it's overlooking the whole village of Owego. Like it's a breathtaking, really. Yeah. Yeah, I had went down there a few years ago. My daughter actually was playing baseball at the time in Syracuse. So then that kind of gave me the opportunity. I said, well, maybe I can scoot down to Owego. I visited the historical society. The lady there, the custodian, her name was Ricky. You know, I told her who I was and everything, and she was delighted. Like, she was delighted, and she showed me some things around Owego, and we ended up jumping in my truck, and then we went and visited the monument, and then like it was just unbelievable. Like, you things like these things you just read about, but to actually see it in person, it's a whole different experience.